Welcome to 303 BPM, keeping the pulse on Denver's underground EDM scene. I'm your host, Evening Bass, and this is the sound of the underground. This week's guest is someone I have been following for quite a while. I got to see him grow from the Black Box main room all the way up to Wakan Music Festival, and so it's such an honor to get to sit down and talk to him today. We talk about everything from growing up in a beach town to traveling around the world in the military to him ultimately deciding to become a music producer and that journey. So sit back, relax, and let's talk to Ozztin. All right. Today we have Ozztin on the podcast. I'm just so excited to have you on.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine and dandy. How are you?
Honestly, really fine and really dandy. I got to work from home today too, which is like, I've been looking for a work from home job since the pandemic, pretty much.
Yeah.
Since it became a thing, I was like, wait,
You can work from home.
From home. I mean, as a producer, you can work from anywhere. But
Yeah, very true. What are you doing for work now?
last year, I got a job as a maid for this company, and this year I got promoted into their sales position.
Oh, nice.
So, which is funny that you brought up doing solar, because my sales experience is from door to door selling windows and doors.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Door to
know.
door gang.
Yeah,
Yeah, door to door is
we're out there.
rough gig, but it's I don't know, rewarding. And I don't know, it made me not as scared of like just talking to people, and like
Honestly,
just
yeah.
learning how to deal with rejection.
It is the most intense rejection, sensitivity therapy, whatever. What is it called? Exposure therapy.
Yeah.
To just being yelled at.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I've actually had someone open the door with like a gun, like
Oh
a
God.
shotgun,
Yeah.
kind of like leaning to where I could see it, and then they see that it's me, like this tiny little woman, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, like
Oh,
hi, how are you?" But that only happened in like sketchier neighborhoods.
Oh yeah.
So I did find out that you grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I had to look that up. On Lake Erie.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Right, yeah.
What was your like experience like there? Did you like growing up there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I grew up like middle class in the suburbs of Erie, Pennsylvania. I have two younger sisters. Erie in itself, it's a cool city. It's like a it's like a big little city. I don't know if I worded that right. It's like 100,000 people.
Oh my god, it is?
Yeah,
Wait, that's a lot.
yeah. It's like, but it's not. It's like nothing like Denver. It's almost like Boulder, but just more white trash. We're
Slay.
more poor, dude. Like,
That sounds more fun.
yeah,
Low-key.
yeah. No, it is. It is fun. Like, I don't know. There's an edge to Erie
A
and
little Italy.
yeah. No, it's cool. It's very German and like Polish there. There's like a lot of pierogies and like, yeah, good food.
Pierogies are. Have you had pierogies out here? Like,
Honestly, I don't think I have. I've seen that there's like a pierogi chain out here that my girlfriend and I like look at. Yeah, we're like we should go there sometime, but we've never done it.
Did you ever go out on the lake and do stuff out there?
Not really. I didn't really have I didn't have any family members or friends who had boats. Mine is like one time my uncle, he started dating this lady who had two jet skis when I think I was like in 9th or 10th grade. So we like went tubing on the jet skis and stuff with her a few times. And then actually on like prom, my friend group, his date had a boat, so we actually pulled up to prom on a boat. Yeah, it was really cool. I felt fancy. It was like way cooler than a limo, like pulled up on a boat.
1000%.
Yeah,
that's so cool. It's such a coastal town.
Yeah.
It's not like your traditional New England hoity-toity kind of.
Yeah. It is like it's like a little
Midwest
beach
version.
town. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, grew up there. Were you there up until like being an adult?
Yeah, so up until I was 18, then I left 2 weeks after I graduated high school to go to the Marine Corps. So I
Mm.
did that for like 4 years, and that's kind of what started my like, interest in becoming an artist and stuff. Like as a kid growing up in Erie, like remember I've always been like a creative person.
Mhm.
Like when I was like 5, I remember like all the neighborhood kids, I like gathered them all together so we could do plays and stuff. I was like,
Wait, that's so cute.
yeah, I was like obsessed with Peter Pan and like,
Oh.
yeah, I think it was just like performing and entertaining. I always like liked that stuff,
Mhm.
but I was like, I loved like Peter Pan and like Toy Story and stuff. So I was like, yeah, let's all act and stuff and like
Let's
put it,
pretend.
yeah, and
Yeah, make
pretend,
believe.
yeah, and then like that kind of formed into like making like comic books. My buddy Brandon, he makes like comic books now. Check out Avalon Comic if you like comic books.
Avalon
Yeah.
Comic. Cool.
Yeah, but we would make like books in like 3rd grade, like little comic books and stuff. And
Yeah.
then yeah, and then from there we like made YouTube videos and stuff. So yeah, we were always creating and stuff in good old Erie, PA.
Wow, he's so talented.
Yeah, yeah.
He does like the like realistic kind of animation,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like
Yeah, he has an artist that's like I think that his artist is from Greece. So he just writes it and then like kind of gives them like a idea of what it to look like. But he's been doing it
that's
for a few years.
cool. It's
Yeah.
giving Love, Death, and Robots
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, great
vibe.
show.
Yeah, definitely really great.
Yeah, great show. But yeah, so I guess yeah, so I left Erie when I was 2 weeks after graduating high school to join the Marine Corps, and then after going through like boot camp and everything, got stationed in Campbellsview, North Carolina, and my friend who I went to like job school with and stuff, and
Job school?
so in the Marine Corps, it's like you have MOS school, military occupation specialty or something. So after boot camp and
Uh,
combat training, you go to your job school. And I did like UPS style stuff for the Marines, so it was like supply and
right.
yeah, so I met my like best friend, still one of my best friends to this day, Hannah. She was like, "Yo," after we got stationed in Lejeune, she's like, "Yo, let's go to a Raleigh. We're gonna go to a rave." And I was like, "Yeah, what's
Yeah.
that?
Hell
You
yeah.
know,
Let's go.
what do I wear?"
You're down.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like a fan of electronic music. Like I was in high school, I discovered like Swedish House Mafia and like Avicii and stuff. So like that was like
The gateway.
yeah, that was the gateway.
Yep.
Yeah. And so she took me to Raleigh to go see Excision, and that's what exposed me to like dubstep and bass music and actually just like electronic music in like a live setting.
Mm-hmm.
And like from that moment, I was hooked. Like I really wasn't like sold on heavy dubstep. Like I was like, this is
Well, when you
cool.
see Excision and you think that's what heavy dubstep is, that's like so extreme.
Yeah.
For,
Yeah. It was I had fun. I remember it was like, what is like happening? Because I
did
was
you also not know? You didn't know who Excision was?
no, I did, right? My friend, my one of my neighbors, he gave me a ride to in high school, and he gave me a ride to school,
Okay.
and he had subwoofers, and he was like, he played an Excision song. He's like, "You got to listen to this," and I was like, "Whoa, this is cool," but like, I was like, it just sounds like machinery, you know? Like I
It
didn't,
really does.
yeah, especially like the 2014 dubstep, like it's very like transformery.
The machines having sex
Yeah,
type.
a
Oh,
hundred
I would
percent.
say that all the time
Yeah,
before
yeah.
getting into it because, like, when you don't know, like, yeah, it kind of does sound like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, just a bunch of random like machine noises and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
love him.
yeah. No, he's the Don, dude. He kind of gave me a career in a sense.
Really?
Yeah. He played Lost Lanes 2022. He opened his Detox set with one of my tracks. Yeah,
No
and that
way.
like was like the first. That was like the biggest. You know, that was like the kickoff of my
Yeah.
project. You know, like it's like whoa, this is actually working. Like you
Holy
know,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's so okay. I'm so excited. We'll get
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So college wasn't for you. You're like, fuck it. I want to go into the
Yeah,
Marine Corps.
no,
Like, what
yeah.
was that? What led to that decision?
So I honestly like ever since I was a kid, I wanted to join the military. I don't
Okay.
know really why. Well, I kind of do, I guess, right? My dad, he actually has half an arm. He was born that way. But my dad always like wanted to join the military, but he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't because he's like physically handicapped. But anyway, he would take me to the Cleveland Air Show like from the time, I don't know, I was like 5, since I started doing it basically.
Mhm.
And that was like what like got me interested in the military. And I really wanted to be a pilot when I was younger. Like that was my dream. I was like, I want to be a pilot.
Yeah.
But I suck at math. So I was like, I kind of ruled that out. And then to be a pilot in the military, you have to go to college first. And like, you typically
You have
got
to
to,
be
yeah, you
educated?
got to be
The
educated
fuck?
to do that stuff,
The
dude.
fuck?
Yeah. So that kind of like, once I found out I couldn't be a pilot, or a pilot just wasn't in the cards, right? Because I
Yeah.
was like, I
I
don't
don't
like
really
school.
wanna try that
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
I don't wanna do all
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So and so I was like, all right, I'll just enlist. And I really wanted to be a rescue swimmer in the Navy. That was like what I wanted to do.
Oh my
And
god,
then
that sounds fucking terrifying.
yeah, no, it's so cool though. You like jump out of helicopters to like in water to go save people. Like that
Like
sounds cool.
100 stories up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like that sounds cool, but I don't know what happened. I talked to all the recruiters in the Marine Corps. I was like, that's what I want to do. Like, but yeah, school was never in the
yeah.
cards for me. And I was just like, I don't know. I really wanted to get out of Erie too, just to like explore. And like, that's a one like beautiful thing about the military, or one of them. It's just like you can, you know, you're just you're going to travel around the world
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's like a ticket out of your hometown, and like, you can start a new life. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna join the Marines. And honestly, it was the best thing I ever did, because like it just taught me discipline, like self belief, and then like gave me like so many like, I don't know, I got to experience like other cultures and stuff,
Mhm.
and like just got me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful I did it, but doing it actively in it, I was like, I'm way too chill for this shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
yeah,
Honestly, yeah, I had considered it briefly, like, I went to University of Denver, so that's what
yeah,
brought me out here, but while looking at colleges and everything, I definitely considered the military or somewhere in it, because
yeah,
my uncle was in the naval he's in the Naval Reserve, so, like, he has been, like, for the last 30 years,
yeah.
and so that was cool. My cousin signed up for the military, and, the day came to where he was supposed to, like, go out to boot camp, and he just, like, didn't show up,
Yeah.
and so
No,
and
yeah.
so like, some military officer showed up to where my aunt she's a big YMCA girly, so, like,
Oh,
she
word.
works out a lot and very, like, unassuming, sweet woman, and this military officer just comes up and is like, "Are you so and so's mother?" And she's
Oh
like,
god.
"Yeah," and they're like, "Well, he didn't show up, so, like, we need to know where he is, like, once you sign that contract, they own your ass."
Yeah, yeah, you're like government property, dude.
Yeah, but another like, so on the topic of like being a pilot, my other cousin, she's dating someone who, when they first started dating, they met like within a couple of weeks of him signing up for that pilot
Oh,
program. So
wow.
he had gone to college, and then he always wanted to be a pilot, and so did the schooling and the education and all of that, and but it's just so expensive to get your pilot's license, like,
Yeah,
for anything, and
right.
so he's like, "Okay, I'll sign up for the military because they pay for all of that schooling," which is, like, almost it's like
Yeah,
$500,000
it's
after, like, all of that is said and done, so it's some if you're not from a military family, you really don't know anything about it
yeah,
until you're in it or you know someone, and there's just it's a whole other world.
it
It's a
is.
whole other
Yeah,
part of our society.
it is. It
Very
is.
interesting.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't know. It's a very interesting lifestyle. Like
You're like, "Nah, I'm too chill for this though,"
really
right?
though, yeah, yeah, and especially like, so like to like go back to, so I got to deploy. I was on a Navy ship for 3 months, and then I just
Mhm.
bounced around to different countries for the other 3 months. But while I was on that, that's kind of where I figured out I wanted to do like pursue music. So I was in Bahrain.
Mhm.
Um,
My uncle actually was stationed out
yeah,
there
yeah, they have
for
it.
a
They,
little
they
bit.
have a Navy base out there, and
Mhm.
that's like what we were like attached to, because the Marine Corps is like a department of the Navy.
Mhm.
But yeah, like we lived so good out there. It was awesome,
Yeah.
and like we got to live like off base. Like most of the military people, when they get stationed somewhere, they have to live on base. Like we got to live off base because the base was full, and the Marine Corps just gave us a bunch of money. So they like rented us a house, and then they're like, here's like, I think we got like $90 a day.
But
I
not
was like,
tax dollars to
yeah,
use.
yeah, 100%. And it's like, so it was $90 a day on top of your normal military pay. And since
Mhm.
you're like in the Middle East, technically it's tax free. So it's like we were making great money.
Wow.
Yeah. But what
Tax-free life.
tax free? Yep.
Wow. Well, because the taxes are going to
The
you.
taxes are going to us, yeah, regardless, right? But like once you're past this like canal called the Suez Canal, it's like in between I think Egypt and Jordan. Once you pass through there, that's where they're like, okay, you're technically in a hazard zone, so you get tax free money. Yeah, and I'm like, cool, dude, I'll take it. I mean, we were pretty safe. But yeah, while I was in Bahrain though, I got to see Avicii and Axwell Ingrosso.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, was that like obviously you knew who Avicii was, but like,
yeah,
did you just see like, oh my god, they're coming, or like?
Yeah, no, so they promoted the hell out of it in Bahrain. Okay. So like we'd have to drive to like their airport every day. And there would be these big billboards, and it was actually outside of a Formula One track. So it was an after party for a Formula One race. And they're like, yo, we're bringing out Axwell Ingrosso and Avicii. Oh so, and I was like a baby raver. I've been to that Excision show, and I went to a few other shows in North Carolina before I left the country.
Right. And the scene in North Carolina isn't too
at the time
crazy.
At the time, like Charlotte's popping off now. Raleigh's scene is somehow, I feel like, gotten smaller since then. Raleigh, step it up. I mean, just kidding. They have a good underground scene, and they have like some good house shows, but it's just not consistent. So I was like, oh, Bahrain, like we gotta go. And then
you got a Middle Eastern concert.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I'm sure it's like way over the top.
Oh my god, dude! The stage setup was definitely like main stage vibes, and they had like fireworks, and they had the whole, that country's rich as hell, so they had money to put up, and Formula One in itself is like a very wealthy thing, so the production was awesome.
So crazy to think like there, Vegas, it's like all these extravagant things going on in like the most desolate parts of the world. It just kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I went to Egypt one time with my family. It was very, very cool. But that same like juxtaposition of like when you're outdoors and it's all like dusty and smoky, but then you go inside to this like beautiful, grand, like the museums, or the hotels, like I don't know. It's so crazy.
Yeah, no, it is wild though. I don't know.
But yeah, what was that like? Where was it?
Though at the show, yeah. So it was like behind the Formula One track, in like I guess it was like a parking lot or something. I don't know. Yeah. It was life changing. Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. That after that, that's when I bought a MacBook, and that was in 2016. Yeah, so almost 10 years ago. Yeah,
you've been producing for about 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely got a slow start because like I had like about like 2 months left on the deployment, but I got the computer literally the next day, and I was just on GarageBand, and I was like, I'm gonna try to make this work, and then it was. I remember I made my first beat though, and I showed my coworker. And I was like, dude.
Look at what I did.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Tapping into that Peter Pan energy.
100%, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you a theater kid?
No, I didn't. I did like my neighbor was like he was like one of the main guys for the Erie Playhouse, so he was like the theater guy actually in my town. But I never did theater.
Actually like got on.
I did one play because he was like, Ozztin, he's like, I got a play for you. You can have a few lines, and I think I was in 7th grade, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. But I never. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to be a theater kid. I don't know why. I think I was probably scared to get bullied and stuff. My friends would make fun of me, just a little insecure boy. And I was a pretty shy kid. Like I was like terrified of like public speaking. Like anytime we had to do like a presentation and shit, I was like, oh my god, straight anxiety for like the week before too. Just
yeah, art is so interesting like that. But like kind of getting back to where you saw the Avicii concert, you got a MacBook. How long after that were you still in the military before coming back?
So I joined in 2014. And I did a 4-year contract. So that was 2016. So when I got back, I had a little under like 2 years left.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know. I definitely I considered staying in for like a little bit, but I was just like, this.
Your gut was like,
My gut was like, no, and I was just like, am I? I kind of just like had a moment where I was just like, am I really like happy like doing this? Would I be happier doing whatever I want? Because like the military's strict. Like like when I got back from deployment, I went to like 4 music festivals.
nice.
I was just like, I just
Yeah.
want to go. Like, I
Let
just
me
want
be
to.
free.
Yeah, yeah, and like the military's strict. Like on weekends and stuff. Like you can only drive a certain amount of miles off base, and every weekend I broke it. I was just like, fuck this. Like I'm gonna go. Like yeah,
They
let me go
probably make it
explore.
like, say the nearest town is 50 miles away. They're probably like, you can only go 49
Yeah,
miles outside of the like stupid shit like that.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very, very restrictive and
Yeah.
stuff. And like, I don't know. Like I remember one time we had like a 3-day weekend called a 72 hours of liberty. That's what they call it in the
Right.
military. But me and my buddies, like
Nice.
we drove like I think like 9 hours to go see Getter in Philly, just on a whim,
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, this is like,
Nice.
there's no way I need to get out so
You
I
couldn't
can
like
do whatever.
fly anywhere. They
Yeah,
would
I mean,
probably know,
yeah, they
right?
would. Yeah, I mean, dude, if you get like a speeding ticket out in town, like you'd get pinged like right away, and then you'd get in trouble. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. What was the penalty for like little things like that?
I mean, they could like restrict you. They like depend like a speeding ticket. I don't really remember, but they could like with NJPU, so it's like a non-judicial punishment, and an NJP. Luckily, that never happened to me, but it definitely happened to some friends. It's basically whenever you fuck up or get in trouble, and on base or off base, they take your rank, so they'll like bust you down a rank, sometimes more depending on like what you did, and then they'll cut your pay in half, and then you can't leave base for 45 days. And then what you do is like you can only go to the shop, you can only go to your work site, go to the chow hall, and then you go back to your room, and you're not allowed to leave your room. So it's basically like prison for 45 days
You
with
got
half your pay.
grounded.
Yeah,
Oh
they literally
no.
ground your ass as like a grown adult.
Ugh,
Yeah.
God, that sucks so bad. And you're like, I come from the freest country in the world.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? And then it's just straight communism on base, dude.
It's how you run a
Yeah.
tight ship.
Yeah, I know, 100%. I mean, it's effective. Like,
It's good that you kind of figured that out and you didn't like sign up for more
yeah,
times.
yeah, no, they like I think it's like 75% of Marines get out after their first term. I don't know. Like the structure is, I will say the structure is nice, and I didn't realize it was nice until like after I got out. Like
hmm
it just like you just know where you have to be, and there's like you're just like on a strict schedule, which is like makes you really not think that much, and then
Yeah.
like getting out was definitely rough. Like a lot of people like experience, like a lot of veterans definitely like getting out is like it's hard, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's because like maybe you saw combat or stuff like I didn't, and like a lot of veterans like haven't seen combat, but it's just like going from like a very structured life to going into like you can do whatever you want. It's like you feel like a little lost, and like I definitely knew what I wanted to do, right? I knew I wanted to make music, but
Right.
I was so new that it wasn't even like realistic at the time, like that, like, hey, this could work.
So after being in Bahrain, how long were you out of the United States before coming back?
So I got to Bahrain. I was like that was like 3 months into deployment, but I was gone for a total of like 6 months. So
Okay.
after I saw Avicii, and I think I had probably a month and a half left, and I actually ended up like my coworker Joe and we actually flew to Spain, and then we did the last month of the deployment in Spain,
So
which was sick
cool.
because like I said, I did UPS work, but like all the civilians on base, like all the contractors, they did our job for us, and we didn't know that. Neither did our bosses. So we didn't work for a month in Spain, and like the base was full. So again, the Marine Corps was like, hey, here's I think they give us like 3 grand, figure it out. You guys, yeah. So we stayed on
Oh,
like this golf course, like hotel resort thing, got a rental car, and just
God.
we didn't get to go too far like outside of.
Dude, driving in Europe
It
terrifies
was,
me.
dude, it was like the
Terrifying.
cars there, they're all manual, and I didn't know how to drive manual.
They're like
Remember,
half the size too.
yeah, there was like a small little Fiat.
Yeah.
I remember Joe and I went out into the town. We went to like Sevilla, Spain,
Yep.
and yeah, he got hammered, and like he was like, well, you gotta drive back, dude. And I was like, I don't know how to drive stick,
Oh,
and like yeah, it was a long hour drive back.
stalling.
Dude, I
Just like
stalled so
stalling
much.
the
Yeah,
whole time.
I still don't know how to do it. But
Nice.
Spain was definitely like my favorite part of like the whole deployment. It was so cool. Like I
It's
don't
just
know.
like a warm, not temperature-wise. I mean, temperature-wise, it's pretty warm,
Yeah.
but, like, just, like, being there, the vibe the vibe is just so
The vibe is
different.
so good, and everybody's like, I don't know, everybody was very nice there. Like, I
They weren't
remember,
taking it too seriously.
yeah, yeah. I will say
Yeah.
the guys like dressed so nice.
Yeah. So, where along in that process did you go from just owning a MacBook and playing on GarageBand to, okay, I'm creating this project. I'm gonna name it Ozztin. Like,
Yeah.
how'd you get from there to there?
Okay, so that's like some years, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't when I first got GarageBand, I didn't like have like an alias. When I saw Axwell Ingrosso and Avicii, I didn't know what they were doing up there, right? You can't see the decks. They were elevated. So I thought they were just like making music up there. I really didn't know like
Yeah,
what was going on at all.
totally.
So yeah, got GarageBand, got back from deployment, and I had one of my Marine friends. His name's Daniel Cole. He's a sinless man. He's one of the sweetest guys ever. But he was like a full blown musician, and like he had like an electronic drum set and like a keyboard and everything. And I was like talking to him. I was like, "Hey, what do you use to record?" I use GarageBand right now. Really have no idea what I'm doing. And he told me about, I think it was like Studio One or something that he had. And then he came over and we had like a jam session. Didn't really come from a musical background, so
Yeah.
I was just like, how do you like record this stuff? Like, what's a DAW? Um, and then so it kind of got introduced to that. And then I obviously, after going to those music festivals, like, oh, so what they're doing up there is they're DJing. So I got a little DJ board. Um, and then from there, I kind of didn't really pursue like GarageBand or Studio One or Ableton yet. Like, I didn't get Ableton yet. I didn't know what it was at the time. So I got a DJ board. I got a Serato board, and then I just started like DJing music.
Nice. I fuck
And
with Serato.
yeah, dude, Serato's great.
Yeah.
And then I started my first alias, which was just my last name, which is just Lombard. And like, I guess that's kind of the start of a brand and a project. But I put out like 2 mixes, and then fast forward to like 2017, I was like, okay, I need to learn how to make music.
So 2016 is when you got GarageBand
Yeah.
on the computer, and then it wasn't until 2017 that
Yeah.
you actually were like, okay, I want to do something.
Yeah.
Like this.
And then I was like, how do you make like, I started like going, down YouTube rabbit holes of like,
Mhm.
you know, how do you make marshmallows popping all the time? I was like, how do you
Mhm.
make marshmallow style beats? And then I learned about Ableton, and then from there I bought Ableton.
Well, it's honestly a good thing to not start with Ableton, because I did, and
Yeah.
I put way too much pressure on myself. And it literally took like a year and a half for me to actually regularly start opening it.
Yeah, dude, it's so intimidating at first. Like when I first got Ableton, I was kind of like scared of it. I was like,
It's so terrifying.
yeah, it really is. And it's just like I didn't know any producers. I didn't know about the underground at the time. Like I didn't.
Oh, what a treat.
Yeah.
What a treat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't know anything or anybody who was
Mhm.
doing it. I was like, it was just me, myself, and I. So yes, I eventually just started opening Ableton more in YouTube University.
Good for you.
Yeah, but when I was doing the Lombard project, I did fell in love with dubstep, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
What about because if you were looking up marshmallow beats, was like, it's more like electronica,
yeah, right,
housey,
like trappy
trap,
stuff. Yeah, I loved like
yeah.
Carnage and Yellow Claw. So when I went to
Yeah.
those 4 music festivals after I deployed, I got
Mhm.
a whole different like taste of music. So that's when I got into like trap and Marshmello. He was big in the festival circuit at the
Mhm.
time. Just saw him like at 4 different festivals.
Yeah.
Loved him. Still
Yeah.
do. Absolute G.
Him and Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
The goats.
Yeah. Yeah. The founding
The
fathers.
era of the costume
Yeah.
head mask.
100%.
You
Yeah.
could totally show up in a full
Yeah.
Tin Man suit.
Dude, my agent was like, he runs a music festival called Firelights, and he was like, bro, you need to get a Tin Man costume and just walk around. I was like, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But sweaty.
Yeah.
Dubstep. you moved from like trap and all of that through your exposure through those music festivals. Were those music festivals here in the US?
Yeah. So as soon as I got back, when actually after I saw Axwell Ingrosso and Avicii, I was like, okay, cool. We have like a month and a half left of deployment. What's going on? I was like, I'm gonna have 2 weeks of leave, so I'm gonna have 2 weeks to like go wherever. And me and my friends that were part of like that I was deployed with were like, let's all go to a festival together. And then we found EDC New York, 2016.
EDC New York.
There was. I went to the last one in 2016.
What?
Yeah.
This is some new information.
Yeah. Yep. It's no longer a thing. It was outside of where the Mets play in their parking lot, actually.
Why are we excluded to the parking lots?
Right. Those are cement festivals are the worst ones.
They are.
But that was my first festival, and I loved every second of it.
And then from there, you just kept making music.
Yeah, so I wasn't really. When did I like that? So that was like 2016. So it was like 2017 is when I started to like actually like start to like put out my first song, and I think late 2016, early 2017.
Where were you around 2017? Where did you go after getting back?
So I was still stationed in North Carolina.
Because you had a couple of years left?
Right? Yeah, I had a year and a half. So I was in North Carolina for the remainder of the year and a half. And then I went to, I guess that summer, I went to EDC New York, Sunset Music Festival in Florida.
Cool.
Moonrise outside of Baltimore.
Heard of that.
Yeah.
I've heard it's very cool.
Yeah. No longer a festival. And then I went to EDC Orlando.
You went to some music festivals. You were stationed in North Carolina for your last stint of being there.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward to you getting out.
Yeah.
Where did you go? Like, what was that like getting out?
So I went back home to Pennsylvania. That was in June of 2018. And then I started making music with my buddy Dom, RIP. We started a side project together called Love's Blood. And that was that was like heavier dubstep and rhythm. Him and I actually both have rhythm tattooed on our leg. We were rhythm thoughts, dude. Yeah. Like big time.
I never went through a rhythm phase, and I kind of wish I did.
Yeah, you got into the scene a little too late.
I did.
Because rhythm, dude, it was the underground. Like how the underground now is experimental. When I got into rhythm, it was the underground, and I'm a type of dude who I've been chasing the underground since I found this. Well, since I figured out what underground music was, but when I started messing with underground music, it was rhythm. Like rhythm was like the thing in the UK that like. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Who were your favorite artists?
Oh, like Shivers, Subfiltronic. Yeah. Like Ominous, Sudden Death Sudden Death's still a goat, but like back in the day when he was small. Yeah. He's a legend. But yeah, he was like back in the day, I like that type of rhythm big time. And then, so Dom and I did the Love's Blood project for a while. Then we won an original track contest for Renegade at Electric Forest in 2018.
Whoa.
Yeah. That was awesome. We played on an RV. It was definitely like at the time the most amount of people I ever played in front of, and that gave us some confidence because it was like, oh, you won an original track contest, so we must know a little bit of what we're doing. And then
that was your first little like group project. Dom.
100%.
Cool.
It was awesome. And that Electric Forest was my first camping festival, and that's as soon as I got out of the military. I was out for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then we sent it to Electric Forest.
Nice.
Partied hard.
What a vibe.
Yeah. And that weekend actually,
I just got out of the military.
Dude, yeah, let's do acid and a lot of it. Yeah.
Everyone's just like loading you up with shit.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, it was a party, dude. But that weekend, the Ozztin project was formed and somewhat born. Not born for like several months after that, but I saw Super Future on that same bus that we won the original track contest on earlier that week. Super Future like headlined it. That exposed me to like underground trap music, and I was like, what? And then later into the week, I saw Space Jesus, which fuck him, and that changed my entire brain on music. And I was like, rhythm. I was like, that's so predictable. I was like, what is this experimental weird wook shit, dude? Yeah, it's just like what, like he just opened my world up to like bass music, and I was like, wait, there's like this whole other fucking like side to this.
Yeah.
I mean, Liquid Stranger has a lot to do with it. Dude, I met him briefly at Wacan.
How was that?
Oh, I was scared, dude.
Was he glowing?
It was rape. Yeah, he was.
Was he slightly hovering
Yeah,
above the floor?
I wanted to give him a kiss on the cheek, dude. But
God.
yeah, it was actually right before he played. I was with my manager. I was like, she's like much more like talkative than me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Andra, we have to meet Liquid Stranger. I was like, help. And so we go backstage right as Troy Boy's ending, right before he's about to go on. I saw like Liquid backstage, and I was just like, yo, dude, just wanted to say thank you so much for having me. Yeah, and I literally was like, yo, I was gonna shake his hand and be like, thank you. And he was just like, oh, give me a hug, dude. And he's like, I'm playing one of your tracks tonight, the really crazy one. And I was like, oh, dude. Yeah.
I just want him to talk to me.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to hear him speak with his accent.
Yeah. No, he's a gem. He's a gem.
Oh, what a sweet man.
Yeah.
What was it like hearing him play out one of your tracks in like such a big stage?
Yeah, it was cool, dude. It was like just like looking and like the homies are dancing. I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah.
You're like, I fucking did this.
Yeah.
I did this shit.
Yeah, dude. It was cool.
That's such a cool, like, I feel like when that happens, it's almost like a rite of passage kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's kind of, if you want to get woo-woo, it's kind of like the universe reflecting back to you, like the energy you've been putting into the time and the work and being, I don't know, you know Split, Cameron?
Yeah, he's insane. He's one of my favorite producers right now, dude.
I'm obsessed with his music and also kind of obsessed with him and his girlfriend. They're just like very cool people.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
Can we just like be friends? But recently he's been posting a lot of stories about artists playing his songs like at Red Rocks. And other like bigger artists like playing some of his tracks. I'm pretty sure Rez played one of his tracks during
awesome,
Res
dude.
Rocks. And when I saw that, I just like I'm getting whole body chills thinking about it of like, okay, when are like the slingshot is loading.
Yeah,
you know?
No, 100%.
He's getting ready.
Big things are coming. I mean, that's what it starts with, dude. Big things. But yeah, once bigger artists start supporting your music, that's like a great sign that it's like, okay, did you about to go to like the next level?
I didn't even know where we left up. Oh, you got out, you went to the music festivals. Ozztin, the inception of Ozztin was kind of born.
So yeah, get out, move back to Pennsylvania, go to Forest, kind of have like an epiphany of just like, I want to do weird music stuff. And my buddy Dom, he's like always just like a heavy like rhythm dude. So we kind of like had like a little bit of creative differences, continued to stay like besties and stuff. And
That'd
then
be hard.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
That can like kind of get in the way of
yeah, because it's just like I was like I want to do this different type of music, and I know he didn't feel the same way about it, but so we kind of just like left Love's Blood, like we'll just pick this up when it feels right again. And then we did like a few years later, we still have like a bunch of unreleased Love's Blood and stuff. And then Dom did his DJC dubs and then started another project after that. But yeah, so
you're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania. Have a little mentee B because getting out of the Marine Corps is hard, and I just felt like alone. Because I was like, one thing they don't really like teach you is like when you get out, just like you're with the same people every day for 4 years straight, and then you just go back home and you are a weirdo who can't relate to anybody, you know? So it was tough.
Yeah.
It's like the first like 6 months to a year is like really hard. I remember I was having like really bad sleep paralysis. Like I didn't get a good night's sleep for like 6 months. And then eventually I had like a literal, like my one and only mental breakdown where I just like cried for a while and like finally I like talked to a therapist and like things got like a lot better after that. Cause I didn't really understand why I was feeling the way. I was like, I wanted to get out for like 2 years for so bad. I have all this freedom. But now I'm just like
kind of scary.
Yeah. It was definitely scary and stuff.
You have an identity crisis on top of all of
that
too.
Because you're like in the Marine Corps and you have this like strong sense of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're a part of something that's like way bigger than you. And then I get out for the purpose of music. That's my like new purpose and calling. But again, like I was saying earlier, like I wasn't established or good enough at the time. To really like make that dream seem real, even though I always like knew it was going to be real, but it was just like, it was so uncertain that it was like, you know, caused all this like pressure and stuff. But so yeah, after that I get, you know, things get better. And then I end up moving to Wilmington, North Carolina, which is like an hour outside of where I was stationed. It's a cool beach town, great place. And then that's when I started the Ozztin project. That was in 2019 when I was in the Marines too. I would drive to Wilmington. It was like an hour away just because it was like, it's a college town and like there's just stuff happening there and like it's fun. They had a pretty good like underground scene.
How long were you out there for?
So I moved there January of 2019, and then when my ex and I's lease was up, we moved to Denver in February of 2019, or I'm sorry, 2020. COVID started.
Oh my God, you moved right before COVID.
Bro, yeah, for
Oh,
a short period of time, because like I got one of my I had a friend who was selling solar panels. He's like, "Yo, come out to Denver. I can get you a job door to door." And then I go out to Denver and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to do door to door." And then the entire world shuts down. And I'm like, "Well, I have this job and I'm employed and I was an energy worker. So I was technically like an essential worker. So I didn't get unemployment." And I couldn't knock doors. So the solar company I was working for gave me leads, and then I was doing like Zoom calls of closing, like you know, like I got hired to just set appointments for people to come in to close, but they're like, "You're just going to close appointments." And I did so bad because that was my first time really doing sales, minus for a brief time I worked at Verizon, but it was dude, yeah, it was rough. So for like 2 months I didn't make any money. And then my ex-girlfriend cheated on me. And
whammy.
Yeah, dude, I was like, this is a broke wannabe DJ.
Sad.
Broke wannabe DJ, just moving to Denver. And I was like, I need to get the fuck out. So my friend Hannah, the one who took me to my first show, she came and rescued me. And she's like, Lombard, we're gonna fucking go to California. She was living in San Diego at the time. She's like, I'm gonna bring your ass to San Diego. So I slept on her couch for a while, and then I sofa surfed to my other buddy, Rich. Shout out Rich. I slept on his couch in San Diego for like a month, and then I ended up moving back to Wilmington to sell solar panels there. I did a lot better out there, selling solar for a while, and then my buddy who got me the job, we started a production company. So we started throwing shows. COVID was ending, and there was nothing happening in Wilmington minus like that one Grizz event. So we were like the first show back, and we sold like, I don't know, we sold like 150 tickets. It was a great turnout. And then we started booking shows and like creating like a community. So I was a promoter for a little while there while doing the music stuff too, while making music.
Who were you playing with? Like
just locals like Froggy P. He's a G. He's still check out Froggy P. Yeah. Dreadlock. I don't know if you know.
Dreadlock.
Yeah. Mikey. He's I don't know if he's from Wilmington, but I know he lived there too. So we kind of like, I crossed paths with him, but he actually ended up, when I was like moved back to Wilmington, he was going to like audio engineering school in London.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't really get to know Mikey too well until I moved out here again.
That's so crazy how life works.
Like yeah. But yeah, so I wasn't the only producer I knew anymore, which was cool. So I started meeting people online. I actually became friends with 2% online. We met on SoundCloud DMs and stuff. And then I started playing shows in like Charleston. There's a little bit of traction. My music was getting better. Started doing the shows. Fun fact, dude, I almost booked Tape B in 2021 for $700. And the club I was working with, the owner was like this old Fed, absolute dickhead, dude. He's such a dick. But anyway, on Tape B's rider, it was an eighth of like medical cannabis or something, and the club owner was like, he's asking for weed isn't legal here, and they're asking for weed. Tape B's a dumb name. Fuck that. So we ended up booking Freaky for like $1,500, and then lost like so much money. And yeah. But I was like, dude, I tell all the homies that I'm like, dude, I almost booked Tape B for $700 because like he's still really small at the time. That's one of the sick things about like the underground is like watching the dudes go to, watching the producers go to the next level, and it's just like I was with you from the start. But then some people, they're like, once people become mainstream, they're just like, yeah, it's not cool anymore,
When did you did you go to Denver after living there?
Yeah. So, so I had a falling out with my business partner, the guy I was throwing shows with. And it was like the best thing that ever happened, honestly, because we were about to throw a music festival
Oh.
I booked it. The lineup was fat, dude, and then I didn't get to play it or be a part of it. And I was like, it left a bad taste in my mouth. It's like I have more time to focus on my project. Still selling solar panels. I got some lessons. I got a lesson from Champa, Sully, and Miso.
Ah,
Yep.
such great artists.
Yeah,
What was it
yeah.
like working with Miso?
Oh, dude, it's crazy. He's one of my good friends now.
You're friends with the Spicy Boy?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel
100%.
like he's hilarious.
Yeah, he is funny as fuck, dude. Yeah, yeah. He's awesome, dude. He's a good dude.
Everyone's brain works so differently. So if you're able to find someone to teach you in the same way that your brain works,
Yeah.
like that is huge.
100%, dude. Yeah, it's I don't know, like getting those lessons definitely helps. But yeah, the one with Miso is so valuable. Speaking of lessons, I do lessons, so I can hook you up. And if you're listening and you want lessons, hit me up. I can. I think I pride myself in lessons on. I'm a very simple producer, so it's just like for a long time I was like overproducing. I was like doing too much, and I didn't realize that. But just like dumbing it down and just I try to teach in the most simple, digestible way, and I think I'm pretty good at it. I never toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty good at teaching and just like helping.
Kind of getting a little bit back on track. You were making music here, friends with Miso, and just like really doing the Ozztin thing.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the name?
Oh, dude, my cousin Carson actually. I was like rebranding. I went to Forest and thought I want to do this thing, and I was like, "Yo, you got any good ideas for a DJ name?" He's like, "What if the first one he sent?" He's like, "Ozztin," and I was like, "Huh."
Huh.
I was like, "Yeah, it's just like your name with the Z's," and I was like, "Oh." And I was like, Wizard of Oz. Like I was like, oh, there could be this whole like brand behind it.
Yeah, which I love
Yeah.
what you do with
Oh,
the
thank you.
visuals and stuff
Yeah.
for the Tin Man and
Yeah.
all of that old timey kind of
Yeah, yeah. My like graphic designer, Betty Sweater, shout out him. He's awesome. But
shout
yeah,
out.
we all like grew up together. Like my whole team that I'm working with, like my agent, my manager, and my graphic guy, we all grew up in Erie together.
Wow.
It's really cool and like it's just wholesome and there's just like we're all like they do the music festival thing, Zion does his art thing, and like we're all just like doing big things together, which is
Supporting
awesome.
each other. Were
Yeah.
you like friends since childhood, or you just kind of grew up in the same
No,
town?
so
And
my agent Andrew, he I didn't know him. They went to different schools, but my manager Andra, she's dating Andrew.
yeah,
So Andra and we went to high school together. My
Andra
like
and Andrew.
yeah, yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, yeah. And they yeah, Andra and she used to date my best friend actually in high school. But before that though, we did ski club together. So we did ski club all through high school. I snowboarded, she skied, and then we just like remained friends. And then she actually moved down to North Carolina. So when I was in the Marines, like we would hang out and stuff and
Cool.
go to shows
So
together.
you kept in touch.
Yeah, yeah, I kept in touch.
Cool.
One of like the only people from high school that I kept in touch with. And then they were like, "Yo, we're doing this music festival," and I was like, "Dude, that's awesome." And then yeah, we kind of just all like, and then Andrew was like, "Yo, I'm thinking about starting this agency. Would be down?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's do it."
Is that Earthers?
So Earthers is the label, which is like that's a newer thing, but Andrew and his brother Chris, they started Earth Hurts, and I'm just like the spokesperson about it, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
Very cool. So what year would you say Ozztin really started gaining a lot of traction?
2022, because that's when Excision started playing. That's when he played my music at Lost Lands. And I probably had like 1,000 or 2,000 followers on SoundCloud at the time. So like I started to like build somewhat of like a fan base, and then that just like certified it. And then a lot of people found me through Excision and stuff.
When that happens, because obviously they're not like they don't just put the name of the ID like on the screen. Like how do people find that?
Honestly, I was watching it on the Twitch stream. I was on a camping trip in Utah, and I just was like, "Oh my god, this is my song!" Yeah,
This is my song.
yeah. But when I don't know if Excision still does this, but he puts out his mixes on like Apple Music. I don't know if he puts out his mixes or just like the track list. So actually, like Artificial Insanity got added to like Excision Detox set. So like it was like so I got a bunch of streams from Apple Music from him doing that. And it was the first one. So I was like,
no, for real. And all the OGs love his detox.
Yeah,
sets, so
yeah.
I'm sure like
it was it's pretty cool stuff. And then yeah, after so yeah, I ended up moving back to Denver too. I got a job offer to sell solar panels out here, and that's when Excision downloaded my music though. So I moved back out here, and then all that stuff started to happen, and then
Perfect timing.
yeah, and then I played like the silent disco at the other side.
I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard that you sold 17 tickets at your first serve silent disco.
Yeah.
I sold 20. That's all I wanted to say.
Dude, fucking gang shit, bro. Good shit. Yeah. Now you gotta email, who's it? I think Greg or Evan. You gotta get their email. Yeah.
So from silent disco, where did you go next?
I got to open for Taboo. And
cool.
Yeah, in the main room. So I just like, Taboo had on the guys who own Cervantes and Sonic Bloom on his podcast. So then after I did the silent disco, I emailed them and I was like, yo, I just watched your episode with Taboo. You guys are dope dudes. I just moved to Denver. I would love to play. I would love to, play main room. I sold 17 tickets or whatever. Yeah. And then they hit us back. I'm like, yo, you can open. And I was like, yeah, let's do that.
Just like that.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cool. The timing was perfect. I mean, I really didn't know many people in Denver at the time too. Like, I was just selling solar panels, so I knew the guys I worked with, and nobody was from here. And then I ended up like linking with like 2% and like some other music homies that I met that lived here.
Well, I kind of want to fast forward a little bit to your Black Box show. You're headlining like the show did you book and curate that lineup?
Yeah. Any show that I'm like headlining 9 times out, like, yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite things, curating it. Yeah.
That's so cool, and definitely makes sense coming from like that promoter experience background, like all of that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
We literally had a little viewing party because we didn't have tickets to get to the show, so we had like some homies over in the basement and just like turned we have a little like sound system down there, like a TV.
Oh, nice.
Theater
yeah.
Little system. I'm pretty sure after that live stream, his sub like broke.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So his sub has been broken like ever since.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
But in the best way ever. Yeah. It was just so cool. Like, also, thank you for live streaming. Not enough artists do that.
Oh, honestly, credit to the Black Box. Credit to the Black Box. Yeah. I would love to stream my next show though. Like,
think about if you sold live stream tickets.
That would be crazy.
Like $5.
Yeah.
You could watch it from anywhere in the world.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
We don't do it for the money.
No, we don't. Especially, please, if you're listening to this and you live in Denver, please come to my Cervantes show, because they give me a budget and then I have to do the bookings and everything, and I make sure all the artists are paid nicely. So if we don't sell that out, I won't be in the red, but I'm breaking even. So help me sell it out so I can pay my bills. So
yeah, and YOIs is on the fucking lineup.
Dude, the GOAT. That's my GOAT, bro.
I am obsessed with him.
Same. This is the first producer I thought of, and I was like, dude, we need to get him. And when he said yes, I was like, I'm like more excited for his set than my own. I'm a YOIs stan. Yeah, he's so good.
Same.
Come through, dude. Yeah,
1000%.
Yeah.
Well, kind of on that note of lineups, what is your dream lineup? You can be a part of it or not. Like, if you had one night to curate, let's say like 4 to 5 artists on the card.
Oh man, you're making me think right now, because like, I'm sure like tonight at like 1 a.m, this will all come to me. Yeah. But okay. Like, do they have to be alive?
Dead or alive.
All right. So, oh god. Okay. We'll actually no. We'll just keep this like electronic.
It can be whatever you want.
So I would like have Mac Miller headline for sure.
1000.
Yeah. But like curation wise, I'm like, I don't know yeah.
We're not thinking about the viewer's experience. This is purely for your own pride and like.
Okay. Yeah. So
this is just you watching the lineup or even playing it, whatever you want.
Oh wow. Okay.
So Mac Miller's headlining.
Mac Miller. Then it'd be a Porter Robinson Worlds DJ set.
Yes.
And then.
Damn, that actually, I feel like that'd
be cool. Yeah. And then, oh gosh, this is such a good question. We'll have YOIs open. Yeah, just like to start the night off of the party. I know that doesn't matter, but and then from there, maybe we'll go We'll go Zed's Dead because I fucking love Zed's Dead.
Classic.
Yeah.
Every set, any genre.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't care. They fucking kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just because it's my vibe, so I'm gonna go with Clank. I don't know if you know who Clank is.
No.
It's QLANK. So this is like the type of stuff I listen to in my car. I might throw a rock band in there, but just for the sake of it, Clank is one of my favorite house producers. Dude, he's so good. I don't know if you like house music.
Yeah.
But he has this EP called, I think it's called Therapy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Okay,
But
I'll listen.
so I think like going into like it'd be like starting off with like gangster ass trap into Zed's Dead, into some house music to get everybody moving, and then into Porter Robinson, World's DJ, so everybody be crying, and then Mac Miller just to like send it off, right? Yeah, I think that'd be a fun show. It'd be all over the place, but I think it'd be fun. Who would you pick?
Honestly, Avicii would be on there.
Yeah.
I never got to experience him.
Yeah.
Probably headlining.
Yeah.
And then actually I'm gonna do Zed's Dead into Skrillex into Avicii. Yeah.
That bangs.
And then who's opening for Zed's Dead? Distinct Motive.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with him right now. And then opening up as an opener. Honestly, I just love that like deep dark dub kind of sound. So like the Whittler.
The Whittler, dude, that's banging lineup.
Yeah. Whittler or Distinct. I don't know who would go above who, but
yeah. They could flip a coin.
Yeah. Or a back-to-back as well.
Oh yeah.
Do you have kind of in that same vein, if you make a lot of flips and a lot of remixes, who would your dream collab be with?
Ooh,
dead or alive?
Dude. Fuck. Okay, like maybe Lana Del Rey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, not expecting that.
Yeah.
I wonder what that would sound
I mean, Lana Del Rey or Mac Miller, but like I don't know, like I love women vocals, dude. Like they're my favorite, like especially just making music. It's like my favorite to like play with. I love vocal chops and stuff. And I love a good lady like singing, dude.
Feel good.
Yeah.
Heartwarming. That's cool. It's such a cool like juxtaposition to like the Ozztin, the tin, the metal, the harsh like sounds that you use. I really do love how you do that. Like your October Love song.
Yeah.
Like love that.
Oh, thank you, dude. Yeah. Definitely. I like that one too. That's one that I like have out that I don't hate. Like I'm like
hey, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll be looking out for that Lana collab. That'd be sick.
That'd be so fun.
Do you have a pre-show ritual?
I mean, kinda. Especially now that I've been sober for like 8 months.
Like completely sober?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Wow. Pre-show, I just usually like to be by myself like 5 minutes before I play. So just not having anybody talk to me, just like so I can just like gather myself and kind of like get in the zone. So I remember when I played Lost Lands, I was like I had, that was like the biggest thing that ever happened to me at the time and still is, but like I had so many like friends there and like, and everything, dude, it was just like, everybody was just talking to me, like, just like, and then it was like, all right, you got 1 minute and and then it's just like, I go up and plug in. I'm just like, and like from that moment on, I was like, I need to like make sure that I am like by myself for a little bit, just because like I'm like overstimulated. I'm like, what? Oh, everybody's talking, ADD brain, and then it's just like play, and I'm like, oh,
and then you're like, well, I do have many more questions we could go through.
Yeah, we can you can hit all the questions.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
I just gotta feed my girlfriend, but we have time. Don't worry, she's okay.
She's okay.
She has snacks.
No automatic feeder.
No automatic feeder. Damn it, that's a good idea.
Damn it. Just like cheese it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That would be
That's a good idea.
So many ideas on this pod today. So where's your favorite place on earth?
Oh, that's a great question. Favorite place on earth. Wow.
Or one of them. Doesn't have to be
one of
it's hard to
them.
pick one when you've like been around the world. So.
Yeah. Topsail Beach, North Carolina. That's one of them. Yeah.
Never heard of that place.
Yeah, it's outside of it's not too far outside of Wilmington. My family's like vacation there for like 40 years or something. It's like a little family reunion we have.
Oh, so you got memories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's just like a calm place. Like it's not a I mean, obviously it's a tourist trap. It's a beach town in North Carolina, but it's not like overpopulated, you know. It's not like Myrtle Beach or it's not overwhelming. Like there's not that many people at vacation there, so
Looks like the water is pretty nice too.
yeah.
I know the East Coast, like the Atlantic Ocean, like all the beaches along the East
Mhm.
Coast, you never really know what you're gonna get.
100%. Yeah. But yeah,
Cool.
Topsail is definitely one of my favorites. Honestly,
So pretty.
the Denver too. I don't know, especially being on the road so much. Like I just genuinely just enjoy like being home.
Yeah.
You know.
So, I wanted to ask more about your sobriety journey. What kind of made you want to do that?
Oh, I think I have that thing, the addict thing. Honestly, yeah. I was I was doing just full transparency. Like I was just doing way too much Adderall because I'm like obsessed with like being productive.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I have this like guilt if I'm not like making music or like doing something productive, I just like get depressed. Like
I think we share the same brain.
yeah, dude, it's real. Again, it's just balance. I think like that is it's healthy because like the only way you're gonna achieve what you want is like if you like work hard and if you catch yourself not like working hard, then it's like, well, fuck, dude, what's the point of this whole thing, you know? But like it is like you don't gotta work all the time, you know?
I know.
And it's like hard to being sober though has helped me like understand that and kind of like dial back and like find balance and stuff, which is like definitely been helpful. But yeah, that thought getting stuck in that like thought process does fucking it can eat you alive. You know?
Totally. So, are there any like surprise benefits that you didn't expect?
Well, I always kind of knew in my head that I was gonna be. There's part of me that I was just like I always wanted to be sober, because like a lot of people like I don't know, a lot of sober people, they always just seemed like so happy to me and like
Totally.
you
They're like,
know
I'm sober.
yeah and just like
Yeah.
grounded and just like they're like living their like truest self and just being their truest like form, and like I've always like been trying to find that, and like with substances and stuff, like I think it just like blocks that, but like surprises, like I don't know, like I don't think it's a surprise, but like I'm just like like I'm more just consistently like happy and like, you know, I don't know, like drugs and stuff. It's just, what does they say? It's like borrowed happiness, which I think is like so true.
Yeah.
And I've just never been like, I guess being as present as I am, I've like, in the past like 8 months, I just feel like I've been so present and just like living like actually like in the moment, which has been like awesome because I, you know, being an artist and stuff, you struggle with that. It's always like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Or like, what did I fuck that up or whatever? But yeah, just being like dialed in and like I played a show with Jenga in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he's been sober for I think 5 years, and I was like,
Love him.
yeah, he's a gem, dude, and like he's a good dude, and like
inspiration.
yeah, and like I like was like kind of picking his brain. I was like, yeah, I was like 3 or 4 months sober at the time, and he's like, whatever you think. He's like, but being sober, like whatever you think you can accomplish in 5 years, being sober, you can most likely accomplish in like 3 years. Whatever you think you can accomplish in 3 years, you can accomplish in one. And like what he said is like come true, honestly, dude. And like I feel like I've been one thing that actually fucking surprised me is I've been making the best music I've ever made, which was like, which I was really scared to open Ableton without Adderall. Cause I mean, I was abusing it. I was like doing like,
well, it's like a routine, right? And if you crave like structure, like what you were saying, like having such a battle with that, even in your life of finding structure, once you find a routine that you think works, really hard to break out of that.
100%.
You know, it's not good for you.
Yeah. And like I was doing like way too much, and I was like getting the shit illegally, like off the, you know, off the web, and it probably wasn't the best shit, but like I was just like I can't, like I don't know, I remember I was like I'm gonna not do Adderall anymore, and like I did like a month without doing Adderall, and then I was just like smoking, and then like the smoking eventually turned into like drinking again, and then it's just like, oh yeah, let's get a bag. And then like I eventually was like waking up feeling like shit, and then I'm like, oh, I need an Adderall so I can work. And like and then I just had this like realization. I was like playing a show in Chicago, and I was doing things that you put in your nose, and then I was just like, I feel like I almost died. And that's when I was just like, I kind of like looked at myself in the mirror, and I was just like, what have you become? You know? And like that, like yeah, I was like, what have I become, dude? And yeah, and then I still had some of that stuff on me, and I just like gave it to my friends, and I was just like, since that day, I've no desire to do it again. Like I want to do the whole year of being sober, and then I have like thought about like bringing back weed, or just like bringing back like psychedelics and stuff. But like I kind of go back to what Jenga said about like, you know, being sober and like your goals and stuff. So like I don't know, but like there's no part of me anymore that like wants to get like fucked up again. Like all my like I still go out and stuff, and like I'm just like all my friends that are like doing drugs and stuff, I don't look at them any differently, because like that's you know, that's who I like to party. But I just like that I like wake up the next day and I'm just like, I feel good, dude, you know, I feel good, I'm happy. My like, you know, I'm not going to be in bed for like several days after. Like I'm almost 32, so like hangovers be hitting way harder, dude.
For real.
Yeah.
I have been, honestly, until like college, moving here, I had smoked weed a few times in high school, but by no means was I a stoner. I never drank. I never really did nose drugs or psychedelics or anything until diving into the EDM scene at like 22, 23 years old. And so in the last few years, I've definitely partied and had fun, but like there's a certain level that I just like can't let myself get to, because I've gotten to the point where I've lost control and I really let myself just like get super fucked up, and I fucking hate it every single time it happens. I always have that moment of realization of like, what am I doing? Like I'm ruining this event for myself. I'm not even going to be able to remember half the shit I saw tonight because I'm so fucked. Anyway, so
yeah, it's so real though, dude. Like I don't know.
I understand. I think we're just very self-aware in that sense. Don't get me wrong, I love to party still, but it has to be more intentional. I'm slowly trying to get there and take baby steps to like becoming sober, because exactly what you're saying, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
But it's a journey.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's like I don't know, getting obliterated every once in a while. So I feel like it's good for the soul too, you know? Like it's like it's okay to just like let loose and stuff, but I think like I don't know, I like
it's too common.
Yeah, it's too common, and I feel like just like where we live and like being in the party scene, being on the road all the time too. It's just like on the road, everybody wants to give me like free shit, and like I'm like, that's cool, but I just like so hungover on plane rides, and like honestly, I don't know if I can like have moderation of just like you know going out and like I don't know if I don't go to AA, but I'm like I wonder, like I definitely have like addict tendencies, so I'm like I don't want to like fall in that trap again. I think I'm self-aware enough not to, but it's just like I don't know if I even want to like gamble with it again, you know?
Right. And like totally understand. And it can be really fucking hard to
much. So
yeah. Well, fascinating. And you know, I'm really proud of you, because it's really hard, especially in the scene that we're in.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It's yeah, I don't know.
I know you're gonna make it to a year.
Yeah.
And oh, for sure. Longer.
Yeah. Honestly. I'm just like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like I do miss I the only thing I miss is like weed, like especially like creatively, because I would like one of my favorite things to do is like this is kind of ritualistic, and like I don't think it was in a negative way because it's weed, but I would make music for like you know a few hours, and then I would smoke and have this whole different like perspective on the song, and then just think about like more technical stuff and kind of just like slow down, because you know I'll be getting super amped, and then I smoke and I'm like
really fast,
and I'm like wait what about this way, dude? Like
we're really fast. I love weed because it just fucking slows me down.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
I'm thinking a million miles an hour, like all the time.
Oh yeah.
Just a couple closing time things. First, do you have any advice for a beginner in your role?
Yeah. So if you're getting into making electronic music, don't feel rushed. Take your time. Be okay with sucking for a while. accept that you're not going to be a superstar right when you start. It's a long time. Don't compare yourself to others. Some people learn quicker. I was a slow learner. There's like some
Mhm.
people it takes time. So just be patient. Don't feel the need to put out music. Wait until you like just wait a while to put out music. Don't feel rushed. Don't because a lot of times like I need to put out music because nobody just books DJs, they book producers. Like that's okay. Don't like playing shows is cool, but if you want to play shows all over the world, music comes first. So just like be patient, learn, get lessons from people, but really just like try your hardest not to beat yourself up and just make music for you. Don't make music for TikTok. Just like figure out who you are as an artist and just take your time. Like this
Yeah.
one thing I really wish I did is just I wish I didn't put out all the music I did like several years ago. Um,
Really?
yeah. Like even some of the stuff I have out now is Ozztin. Like I have like so many songs that were out that are now in private, but there's like a lot of stuff that I just felt I needed to put out to play shows or to stay relevant and stuff,
Right.
and like
Yeah.
like yeah, just don't like I really wish I didn't put out like a lot of my music. Like I said it on the Taboo podcast, about the Subtronics thing, but it's like
Mhm.
so true. Like make 400 songs and pick a DJ name, but literally just the 10,000 hour rule. Like you can put out music well before you hit 10,000 hours, but just don't feel rushed.
Yeah, it's like the concept of feeling confident and like knowing your sound. And did want to know for finding your sound, what would
Yeah.
be some advice for that?
Don't feel like you need to get every plugin in the world and like try to get good at like one or two things. Like one like when I mean like one or two things, I mean like one synth. So like just like get Serum 2 or
Mhm.
Serum 1 and just try to learn that as best as you can and try to just because when you have all these extra plugins and things, it can become overwhelming and you kind of like can lose track of I don't know of the goal. But finding your sound is difficult. But using like the same samples over and over again in different ways helps. Using the same
Mhm.
patches over and over again helps, but just finding different ways to manipulate them.
Mhm. It's a
Um,
really good way of putting it,
yeah, like
honestly.
the Austin sound was actually like found by something that I thought was horrible because I had this computer where I couldn't download any new samples. I couldn't download any new plugins. So I literally just had, and at the time I just had Serum 1 and Ableton stock plugins. That was literally it.
That's all I use.
Yeah, and that like
It's
and I
a
couldn't download
lot.
like any new samples, so I can only make music with what I had, and for that was happened for a year and a half. So for a year and a half, I couldn't get any new sounds, minus like the shit I would make in Serum, but like that got
Mhm.
me really dialed in with like Ableton stock and like formed my sound, and I thought like it was horrible, but and then when I got my new computer, obviously I got some more plugins and stuff, but my I just applied that to what I was already doing, and then my sound kind of just like got more interesting. Then another thought is too is just like try making like when you're starting out, just try to like make songs from start to finish. If you don't really even know where to start with the drop, and then make your song around your drop. You can use all the sounds in your drop for your intros and stuff. That's what I do. Like, and like try
Oh.
to like use only like 20 to 30 like audio and MIDI tracks. Like try to like you can don't overproduce. Just try to use like 20 to 30 different sounds and like don't do 100. You're not Skrillex, like
Also, like, that's so much to look at and keep track of.
yeah. Most of my tracks are like 30 to like 35. Some of my more complex stuff is like higher, but the majority of my like most of my flips it's like 30 like 10 MIDI and like 30 audio tracks, like,
Yeah.
or like 20 audio tracks. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you.
hmm
Super helpful. Is there anything that you would change about the EDM industry for the better?
Um, for the EDM, maybe like it's not. I think goes for the whole music industry, but I just wish like the music is subjective, but I just wish that like better music would like I don't know. There's some music that isn't like the best that is just like people obsess over it and it's just like, there's a SoundCloud producer with 300 followers on SoundCloud that just outshines so many headliners. But I think
Right.
that like I don't know if that would ever change cuz the music industry. I wish the music industry wasn't such a popularity contest.
Right.
But it's like from the small scenes to the big scenes, it's all on who can sell the most amount of tickets.
Yep.
Like that's all that matters. And like when I was starting out, I would get so angry at like, like the local scene because they're just putting on, the same DJ every time. But the difference is that DJ could sell tickets and like, like I don't know, I guess.
And like being a new artist in the scene, you're expected to sell a certain amount of tickets for
Right.
a lot of venues too, which I'm punching the air whenever that happens.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm making $1 off of every ticket I sell, and you want me to sell like 20 to 30 tickets. That's $30 for me spending weeks of like marketing.
Oh yeah. It's
fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's like the paying your dues thing, which like sucks, but like, and I feel like for the first 3 years of playing shows, I probably lost like tens of thousands of dollars, like just investing in equipment. But I didn't get paid for like the first like 3 years of
exactly.
I would drive like in North Carolina, I would drive like fucking 6 hours to go make $20,
or get a free drink ticket.
Free drink ticket. Yeah. I knew there's promoters out there you'd have to pay to play, dude. Like, shit's crazy.
That shit is insane.
Yeah, you want an opening slot? $50, bro. I never did that, but yeah.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
But yeah, well, I totally agree with you there. Okay, well, any upcoming shows or events?
Come to Cervantes in Denver, and then I have a big announcement that I can say after my Cervantes show. I'll tell you off the air. But yeah.
Come to the Cervantes
Yeah, come to the Cervantes show. If you like underground bass music, which I know you do because you're listening to this podcast, come on through.
I hope your decorating serves to be like the Wizard of Oz.
That's a good idea.
You should do a yellow brick road
that's
sick. To the stage.
That's sick as fuck. Yeah.
Well, last but not least, how can we best support you? Where should we follow you? Like where to get your music?
SoundCloud.com/Ozztin Music, Ozztin music. I'm on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Tidal, all the things that DistroKid allows me to upload to. I'm on.
Go Distro.
Yeah. And Instagram. Follow me on Instagram so I can get booked more because that matters. TikTok, Twitter's whack, but I'm on there.
Fuck Twitter.
Yeah, but Twitter's just very sad and
we're on
miserable.
Threads now.
Yeah, I need to get on Threads. Follow me on Threads. Maybe I'll get it going by the time this comes out.
13K, not too shabby.
Yeah, I'll be posting dumb skits that are raunchy. Like the one I posted today, my girlfriend was like, Ozztin, don't fucking post that.
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah, I'm like, it's edgy, dude.
Tis the season.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy this happened. This was fun.
That's a wrap on this week's episode of 303 BPM. Thank you so much to our guest for coming on, and thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, leave a review, share with a friend, and follow along with us on Instagram at 303BPM Pod, on YouTube at 303BPM Podcast, and 303BPM Podcast on all streaming platforms. Until next time, I'll catch you where the bass hits the hardest.